when this terrorist, so I know you know now, you didn't know earlier when we talked, with this terrorist attack in New Orleans, which is horrific, like all terrorist attacks. We'll get to Fort Bragg in a second. I made a joke on Twitter, like, oh, he had an ISIS flag, right? I was like, wait till they blame the Jews. Thought that would be funny. Of course, they started blaming the Jews right away. And I'm talking about the right. I'm talking about MAGA people that I talked to on Twitter. It's
Yeah,
almost possible now. So there has been an
they
infiltration.
really primed them, man. They primed them with some
Well,
fucking.
Candace, people like Candace, and again, I'll let you take. I
Yeah.
just want to say this real quick. I talk about it all the time. I call it like first level conspiracy. Like when you start going, oh my God, Jews run shit. Like that's true, but that's like first level. That's like when you get to the Illuminati, like you go to the Masons, and you're like, oh my God, I think there's more to it. But it takes years when you get deeper and deeper, and you see, and then your mind gets blown every time, right? If you're just at the Jews, you're just getting started on this, and I'm proud that you're looking into stuff. I'm proud that you're researching. My buddies on the right, like it's cool that you're linking stuff. I'm not sitting here trying to be like, oh, everything's anti-Semitic, fuck you, because yeah, there's a lot of truth to it. But this is first level. It's like you're looking at the pawns or the foot soldiers in the war, and we always talk about Switzerland or the black nobility, like we had with Sam Tripoli. Like there's different levels. If you're just stuck at the Jews, you should be kind of embarrassed, honestly, because it's cool that you're open and you're looking, but you stopped. And if you
Well,
stopped,
the ones at the top, though, they do want to get rid of the Jews.
well, of course,
The ones at the top, it's their number one thing they want,
of
because
course.
they don't want to get, they don't like Christians so much neither, but they really don't want
There's a
any
lot more
Jews.
Christians. They have to get rid of a billion. Jews are easier to get rid of, and also it's like a patsy. You always set up your patsy and then you kill them. You have Jack Ruby shoot him in the gut. That's what they're going to try to do to the Jewish people. We know this, and the infiltration within the right is really terrifying, because you think right wing people that have been through MAGA and with us.
I know, that's why I love that Candace brought out. I love that Candace brought out the USS Liberty, and
Yeah.
look how they gobble the shit on that. Look how they gobbled this bullshit on
Well,
that one.
wasn't that true though? Wasn't Israel behind the Liberty or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. You tell me, and then we got to break.
Well, let's look into it.
That's why
Let's
you're
look
here.
into why. Why does Biden make American tax dollars go to buying weapons for Hamas to kill Jews with pay per slay through the UN? Why does he do that? And why do they have Bibi Netanyahu on their same side, and he always gives up at the fucking end? Why is that?
Why? You tell me. It's your podcast. I don't know. I want to hear this.
Why is it against international law for me to pray at my holiest religious iconographic site on earth? Why can't I pray at my holy place? I don't tell you, you can't circle your black cube 7 times. They're in Mecca. That would be what an imperialist would do. An imperialist would say you can't pray at your holiest site, and you are imperialists, and everybody knows it, and those who don't know it don't matter.
But wait, why is the USS Liberty? Did Israel do that?
Well, because the USS Liberty was not clearly marked as an American vessel, for one thing, because it was during a war.
Oh, I thought it was like an honest false. Like I thought Israel did like a burning of the Reichstag on the Liberty. You think it was an accident? I thought they did this to kind of garner support.
There have always been people in this State Department of the United States who don't think that there should be any living Jews in the Levant.
Right.
Let alone Europe.
But Israel, you said why? I'm asking why were they behind the USS Liberty, in your opinion? It was an accident?
Israel attacked a spy boat.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to hide behind everything that it was doing, where they actually have all the, they have the testimony. It's there, so they can lie about it all they want, but they have the conversations between the pilots and everybody, and the guys on the boat and everybody, saying, should, warning to come no further because they were in a war. And, it comes out later that perhaps the USS Liberty was spying for Egypt against Israel.
Oh,
Put
okay.
that in your little brain and think about it, because,
Okay.
of course, we know that.
So it was not a false flag, in your opinion, by Israel to garner
False
support.
flag.
That's the belief. That's what Candace is talking about, and a lot of the right wingers, like
She's
Israel.
saying it was a false flag.
Well, they say Israel attacked a U.S. ship and then claimed that it wasn't them, and then it was like, "Hey, help us out. We need money. Look, you're under attack by whoever." And that's like the burning of the
Well,
Reichstag.
just,
I mean,
no, it
I'm
isn't.
not. I don't know. I'm just saying I wouldn't be. I wouldn't
Well, I
fault.
do know, and
Okay.
it's actually fact. So I do know.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's Israel said we made a mistake, obviously, but it wasn't clearly marked. And they paid like a lot of millions of dollars to survivors' families to apologize for friendly fire. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They always say false flag when they made friendly fire a lot of times,
Yeah. Conspiracy
because they're
theories.
all full of shit. And
Yeah.
all they want is, they want that fucking oil for the fucking queen. They
Yeah.
want that fucking oil. They don't give a shit how they have to get it.
Well, what is the infiltration into the right that's now like kind of, what's the word, Nazi? I mean, it's kind of like, I know that a lot of people already assume right wingers are Nazi. I've never seen that, but I'm starting to see a little. But I'm seeing on the left too. To be fair, there is this kind of movement, and it's not just anti-Jew. It's something going on that's a little scary that I'm starting to see, and it seems like an infiltration. I think it's the Muslim Brotherhood. I think it's paid. I think it's mind control. I think Fort Bragg's involved. I'm not surprised it was a guy that was a Islamic fundamentalist from Texas that drove through New Orleans. I mean, we see the
Yeah,
shit.
they're just breeding them. They create kids in labs through
Yeah,
torture and mind control to put on any hat and you know act like a whatever they want them to act like, and to do anything they're told.
you don't
And
think
that's how it works. That's how it fucking works.
you don't think he's like Islamic fundamentalist?
I know that's what they use Gaza for. I know in their yank that the whole fucking leftist NGO Switzerland home of the devil. Uh, I know that they control every penny on earth through the Bank of International Settlements. And, they thought they had a real good setup there. They could just cash in on first, use anti Semitism because it always works, because they invented those religions to help them as a backup for it. Because that's how it always works. You got to, there's two ways you get rich. One is you actually make something of yourself
Mm-hmm.
and earn it. And two, you steal it from the Jews. Everybody knows it.
So you see.